On September 11, 2012, Sergeant Henry Folsom of the Missouri State Highway Patrol shot Jeffrey Weinhaus 4 times. At the time of the shooting, Jeffrey Weinhaus was lawfully carrying a firearm on his side. In order to justify the shooting, Sergeant Folsom later claimed that Weinhaus was going for his gun. Sergeant Folsom and Corporal Mertens even went so far as to put in their reports that they ordered Weinhaus to take his hands away from his gun. We know that didn't happen. You see, what Sergeant Folsom and Corporal Mertens didn't know is that Jeffrey Weinhaus, not trusting the police, had surreptitiously recorded the entire event. That's right. There's an audio record documenting from the time when Sergeant Folsom and Jeffrey Weinhaus first began to exchange words until over 20 minutes after the shooting. The following is not a misrepresentation. Words were not inserted or removed. No words, sentences, or phrases were rearranged. What you're about to hear is an accurate representation of the facts.
I'm doing good. Good, how are you? You got the gun for? Why I got the gun? What you got the gun for? Because I'm authorized. Alright, well, I'm authorized to get down on the ground. Get on the ground. Get down on the ground. You had to shoot me, man.
Approximately 2 minutes after Jeffrey Weinhaus was shot by members of the Missouri State Highway Patrol, another car arrived on the scene, sirens blaring. Though not yet fully identified, Sergeant Folsom knew this person well enough to call him by his first name, George. Listen as Sergeant Folsom calls over his buddy George.
George.
11 seconds pass. It took a little time for Sergeant Folsom and George to get close enough to speak to each other privately. What you're about to hear next is believed to be Sergeant Folsom's recount of the shooting of Jeffrey Weinhaus on 9/11/2012 to his buddy George. The audio levels have been amplified in order to hear what was a much softer background conversation. Let's listen to that a couple more times. So, 2 minutes after shooting Jeffrey Weinhaus, Sergeant Folsom recounts to his buddy George that Weinhaus was ordered down on the floor and that he, Weinhaus, had a gun in his holster. What does Sergeant Folsom claim that Weinhaus said? Let's listen to the audio a few more times to be sure. Let's recap. Sergeant Folsom, in his own words, said that he ordered Weinhaus to the floor. He then said that Weinhaus had a gun in his holster. And finally, that Weinhaus challenged him to pull out the gun and shoot me. So, what did Sergeant Folsom do after he ordered Weinhaus down on the floor, noting that Weinhaus had a gun in his holster, and after Weinhaus told Folsom to pull out the gun and shoot me? This is going to blow your mind. Sergeant Folsom, with pride in his voice, tells his buddy George,
I shot him right here. I shot him right here. I shot him right here. Gun in his holster. Pull out the gun and shoot me. I shot him right here. Gun in his holster. Pull out the gun and shoot me. I shot him right here. Gun in his holster. Pull out the gun and shoot me. I shot him right here.
Just in case any of you are still unsure about the words spoken by Sergeant Folsom, here it is again, followed by the same, with the audio slowed by 10%.
Gun in his holster. Pull out the gun and shoot me. I shot him right here. Gun in his holster. Pull out the gun and shoot me. I shot him right here.
Let's listen again to the audio of the interaction and subsequent shooting of Jeffrey Weinhaus.
I'm doing good. Good, how are you? You got the gun for? Why I got the gun? What you got the gun for? Because I'm authorized. I'm authorized to get down on the ground. Get down on the ground. You had to shoot me, man.